Coco, first Wimbledon semi-final. How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds really good. I'm very happy to be in this stage of the tournament. So yeah, really happy.
Carol?
Hi, Google. Congrats.
Hi.
In the bigger picture of your year and even your career, what does this one mean? Does it feel any more special, maybe for some reasons? Or?
Definitely. I think it feels really special considering, the results I've had of late and just especially on the surface. So it definitely is special. And I think I'm able to relax a bit because, I don't know, I just feel like regardless of, how the rest of this tournament goes, I really think I found like a bit of a breakthrough on grass. So regardless of how it goes, I think I'm just proud of myself. Obviously, I'm not satisfied. I think, I want to go all the way, but also at the same time, I'm just looking at, the match in front of me and just trying to keep doing better with each point.
Yeah.
When you won, the cameras cut to you and it looked like, no, my lip reading isn't great, but it looked like you said to your box, "Oh my God, how?"
Yeah.
Is that what you said? And
yes.
Also, what kind of sparked that reaction?
I don't know. I'm pretty confident, but I don't know. Today it was just, I don't know. I'm just like, you told me like I would be in the semis of this tournament. I'm just like, what? You're funny. Especially like my match in Berlin and the match last year here, the last 2 years, just not winning anything on here. But I think it was just more like how to, just because so many 3-setters, and it's like, how am I keep getting out of these matches and just winning them, and also just playing against Jess, I think is, I'm confident in myself and the player that I am, but I'm also like, looking at things, I'm also like, I know tennis. So it's like, yeah, if I wasn't myself, I would pick maybe her to win, like with that game style she has on the surface. But then because I am me, I pick myself. So yeah, I think it was just more so that reaction came from like a third person point of view necessarily than me in the moment.
Matt?
So well done. So
Thanks.
if you could sum up what the breakthrough was and what the breakthrough is, that would be great. And also how are you getting through all the three setters?
I think the breakthrough is just, I don't know, I feel like in the past, there's, commentary on my game and how it made me not mesh with this surface and things like that. And I think for me, I've played like 3 opponents in a row where I feel like are really tough opponents, like in general, but especially for me on grass. And I just felt like in the first set, I was maybe rushing out of some points too early, trying to either get out of the rally or overhit too much. And then towards the end, I just really honed in on my game and realized like I don't have to like play a spectacular point every time to win, even though there were some spectacular points. But I think just trusting myself and trusting like that my ground strokes are good enough to be with anyone on the surface. And I think, my last match against Belinda showed that. And then obviously today against Jess, I think showed that as well.
Molly?
Hi, Coco.
Hi.
It's a bit of a strange one, but I saw earlier this week that Grigor was asked if he believes in destiny. Mm-hmm. It got me thinking about how much athletes kind of have to have that sense of belief in something bigger than them pushing towards a goal versus obviously having a match in their own hands.
Yeah.
And obviously because of the way you broke through here as a 15-year-old, I just wonder, do you believe in destiny? Do you feel like Wimbledon is part of that for you?
Well, I don't know. I'm a believer in God and everything. So I do feel like in a way, like the story is like already written, but is Wimbledon part of my story? I don't know. I can't tell you. But I do think there is some matches that I've played where I feel like it was a bit destiny. I mean, one of them was like my final of US Open. Like, I still don't remember the match. Like, I feel like I genuinely like blacked out during that match, and I can only remember like one point really clearly, and it wasn't even a match point. So I definitely think that there's moments where I play and it's like, no matter what is going to happen today, I'm going to win. But do I feel like do I feel like Wimbledon is part of my destiny? If you asked me like 7 days ago, apparently the answer would have been no. I was just been like, yeah, honestly, I was like writing it off a little bit. but I hope it is part of my destiny, whether it's this year or in the future. I definitely would love to see my name on the champions wall for sure.
Ben?
Well, congratulations. I'm wondering if you at all paid attention last year to what Iga Świątek did when she was here, because she similarly was not the biggest grass lover, and then she got into rhythm and she started winning and won the title very emphatically in the end. Does that sort of give you at all belief? And then also maybe that just the grass is changing too, and that the grass isn't quite as low bouncing or whatever it is that might have made it tough for you and for her as well.
Yeah, I think, I spoke about this at the start of the tournament, that definitely seeing her win, gave me, more belief, because we do have similar game styles, especially on the forehand wing. So it definitely gave me more belief. And as far as the grass changing, I definitely for sure has changed like over the course of like tennis, like over the last 15, 20 years. Do I think it's changed since I've been playing Wimbledon? I don't know if I'm actually that smart of a person to be able to tell you if I played that many matches, so I don't know. But I definitely think that maybe, when it was like faster, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, it would probably be even harder. But I as far as like from 2019 to now, I don't know if it's that much different. I think you would have to ask like somebody with more experience than me.
Catherine?
Hi, Coco. Congratulations. Just thinking about the schedule at this time of year and how close Wimbledon comes hot off the heels of Paris. Players that are going into Paris trying to peak there and have ambitions and hopes of winning it, like whether you win it or not, how difficult is it mentally to like try and peak twice? Like it's so close to one another. Like, can that be a factor, do you think, in how difficult it can be at Wimbledon off the back of the French?
Oh, for sure. I definitely think that plays the most factor as to why there's been so many different champions. Because last year it was just so tough to like first rest. I mean, you're going off of like clay, which is like forever, like Stuttgart, Madrid, Rome. That's like 8 weeks of tennis already. Then plus the 3 weeks you're spending in Paris, and you're kind of cooked at the end. And then I played Berlin. If you're like me, who doesn't usually like to play the week before, I played Berlin off of 3 days of practice on grass. So it was tough. And then I did have a tough draw last year. I played Diana Yastremska, who gives you no rhythm and hit the ball so big, and also another tough person to play on any surface, but especially grass. So I think that this was the first real year that I've had like a real training block on grass. Like I was able to get, I think, like a weekend before Berlin and really able to focus on footwork and how I wanted to play and take time to break it down. And I think that is why I had success. And then even though I lost Berlin early in Berlin, I still had the whole week here to spend a lot of time on the court and on footwork and specifics, which is completely different to clay. So I definitely think that plays a role as to why A, this tournament's so hard to defend, and B, why a lot of people who maybe go deep in Roland-Garros don't necessarily do as well here.
Doug?
Hi, Coco.
Hi.
At this stage in your career, not that you're old, there aren't a lot of places you go in with, not, pretty high expectations. I'm just wondering what gives you more satisfaction, to go into a tournament where your expectations were low and you exceed those, or going into a tournament and meeting those expectations, and why?
Oh, I don't know what's more satisfying, honestly. I think maybe when they're low and you exceed them, because I am still so early in my career that I, even though I may not come into a tournament and win it, even though that's like my goal, but I feel like it's a stepping stone to maybe getting closer to that goal of winning. And that's what I feel here at this tournament. And I felt like at Roland-Garros this year, I had way too high expectations and way too much pressure on myself, because I did feel like I was playing good tennis and it just didn't show that tournament. I think I kind of mentally blocked myself. So maybe I should go into it like I'm approaching here, because those seem to be the tournaments I do better at.
Sonia?
Hi, Coco. On court, you mentioned your record on grass over the last few years. I was wondering, given that background, how much does it mean to be in the semi-finals here, considering your struggles on grass over the last few years?
Oh gosh, it means a lot, especially like the road that I've had here has not been the easiest with the three setters and the opponents have been playing. So it definitely means a lot. I think it, I feel like, once I got through my match against Belinda, because I really wanted to make the quarterfinals here just because I hadn't done that before. But once I got through that, I felt like a load of pressure be lifted. So today I came into the match and really wasn't even nervous, honestly, until the match point. I think I was nervous on match point. But after that, I wasn't really nervous, or before that, I wasn't really nervous because I just feel like, regardless of how this tournament ends, I think I learned a lot, so much from it, and it can set myself up for having success here in the future.
Joe?
Hi, Coco. Congrats on your win.
Thank you.
You've become the youngest woman since Maria Sharapova in 2007 to reach the semi-finals of all 4 Grand Slams.
Oh, cool.
What do you think is the biggest factor behind your all-court success? And does it surprise you've done it at such a young age, given your struggles recently at Wimbledon?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think this year would be the year, honestly, to be fair. But, I think maybe the biggest thing is just the athletic ability that I have. Like, I am a good mover, so I think because of that, it translates to all surfaces. And that's why I'm maybe having good results so far on all of them. And then also just, I'm not gonna lie, I've been here since 15, so I've had maybe a lot more opportunities to play these tournaments than other people. So it just gives me like more chances, I guess, of success. So I think that's also the main thing, just having that early experience early on of making a second week of a slam and then having that belief. And now at 15, I was entering almost every slam, like expecting that I can make it to the quarters. So I think that was also like a big thing.
Do you have a question? Yeah.
Coco, congrats on your win.
Thanks.
Obviously, you've done quite a few 3-setters at this tournament.
Yeah.
What do you kind of tell yourself after the first set to really kind of get yourself back into it?
Well, not as much as y'all think. I mean, most of the time I'm actually just using the bathroom. And then I'm just like, okay, well, just leave it out there on the court and hopefully I can leave this court with my head held high. And sometimes I try to analyze what I did wrong in certain moments and try to do better in the next. But yeah, the main thing is just, honestly, just I want to play a match that I can leave regardless of the result proud of. And that's really been the main thing that I've been thinking about this whole tournament.